Welcome to another episode of Ask Amer Ali. I would say hashtag Ask Amer. In this series, I answer all your queries that you may have regarding PMP. Today, I'm gonna answer the question about the very important thing: will we get job after PMP? And if we get the job after PMP, how we can get it, and multiple things related to that queries. So first thing first, what is PMP? PMP is project management professional, and according to the analysis of PMI, according to the surveys of PMI, if you have PMP certificate and if you don't have PMP certificate, they did the analysis and comparison of different people with certificate and without certificate. Your probability of getting the job increases once you have certification by 40 to 50%, and if you are already working at any job, you can get up to 15 to 25% of raise all over the world. Now it varies from location to location, it varies from country, it varies on your luck, of course. For example, let me give you my own story. I'll give you two stories, my and my wife. So when I did PMP, I was working in Bahrain, and my salary was 300 dirham. That was 3000 Saudi Riyal, or you can say $1,000. It was a long time ago. When I did PMP, my salary within 3 months became 450 and then 600 dirham, that is 6000 Saudi Riyal, and things like that. Like it doubled. My salary got doubled at that time. It was like 15 years ago. So it was an enough amount for me. And the point is that without PMP, my salary would not have been raised. And interesting thing, after PMP, I started also working on risk management. And while I was doing RMP, I got another job offer, a very lucrative job. And I left Bahrain for that job. That was my thing. Now let's come to my wife's story. When she was working in one of the top technology company, IT companies in Pakistan for a long time, and she was working in a technical role. She wanted to shift to a project management role. She did PMP and she got that promotion, and she also of course got a raise. But then within 3 to 4 months, she got another job offer, and her salary became 3 times of what it was initially. So that's a very important thing, and two examples that I can correlate what is the biggest benefit of PMP. You can get better jobs at your own terms, you can get a raise in your current organization or in the next organization. And there are so many stories I can tell you. My students were doing PMP, and in the PMP, during the PMP, they lost their job. I facilitated them through the PMP journey. It was a quite difficult journey whenever anyone lost their job, because I am expensive, they have to pay me and things like that. But once they did the PMP, in every single case, within 1 month of doing PMP, they got a better job. Even some of them got a job because of the knowledge that they gain from my PMP training program. So that's an important thing to understand whenever you are preparing, that PMP is the gateway to better jobs. It is something that differentiates you in the current market, and in many scenarios it is even more important than masters or MBA. So a very important thing and reason for to do PMP. Now let's say there are two candidates, one does not have PMP and the other has PMP. Of course, the person who has PMP will always get the job and he will always get the raise. Now let's say there are two people who have PMP. Now what will come here? Now here comes your interview skills. So I highly recommend you work on your interview skills. People paid hundreds of dollars to monster.com and other organization to get a better resume, and that's a very important thing. And some days we can also talk about resume and how can you improve the resume, but they don't work on interview skills. I still remember for every single interview that my students or my wife has gone through and they asked me for preparation, I worked with them and the results were astonishing. It's just a very simple thing. Go to YouTube. Today YouTube is there. Identify what are the questions, like some of the questions that every single interview will ask you. What are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your future plans, what are your career goal, what are your ambition, and things like that. You can message me and I can have a discussion with you. If you have an interview, I'll do it for free of cost for you. So this is a very important thing, to identify what are the interview skills and how you can work. Now I'm gonna share you a number one and important secret to get a job. Whenever you are applying for the job or you are going for the interview, please don't go blindfolded. What do I mean by that? Identify who is your employer, which company it is, what is their net profit, what are their current projects, where they are in the domain, what are their aspiration, what is their vision, what is their mission, and how you can add value. It's a very simple thing, but most of the time people don't do that. They just go to the interview working on them. Like 90% don't even work on them, but those who do, they don't work and identify who are the employer, what are their jobs. Just go on the LinkedIn, type the name of the organization, you will get people who are working there. You can look at that, what are your interests, what are they doing, and things like that. Like within 1 hour you can get a lot of information that can make you a different candidate from all other candidates. So what is the most important thing? Have a PMP certification, get a good resume, of course, prepare for the interview, identify what the organization need. I guess that is enough for today, and we will come in the next topic and we will further explore this thing. I have started especially this series to go above and beyond about the questions and the different topics of PMP. I want to add value not only to PMP aspirants but my certified PMPs who wants a better job and who wants to go and who are hungry to get a better thing. One more thing, if you have done PMP, I do recommend you that you do next certification. Which certification to do? I'll put a link of there. Do watch that video. Thank you very much. Bye.